Hey everyone, it's Tim from timgagnon.com. Just doing a little voiceover today for this time-lapse video. Just wanted to give you a few tips as I go through this painting. I did this painting here today. It's a fall color misty forest landscape. Started out the background with using some teal and burnt sienna, and that creates kind of a muddy greenish color. I mean, you kind of want to go with something that's a little bit muddy for fall colors. Also, I wanted it to be a little bit cooler so that way it receded and I could create some distance. You can see here I'm just cutting out trees from the background. Eventually I'll minimize that a little bit. Take out a few more of those trees. And then what I want to do is cut out more trees further in the background. So just using a little bit of white, you can cut out some trees, basically using negative space to leave some positive space, which creates trees even further in the distance. So I almost like to create this tunnel effect where you can see a little bit more and more land, and it looks like you can see really far away through the trees. As I move into the foreground, just using some dark colors, some burnt sienna, some teal, ultramarine blue, and I'm going to create a tree, a big focal tree that's going to be kind of cascading over the foreground. It eliminates a lot of the background. So you might think, oh, why'd you spend all that time painting the background when you're just going to cover it up? Well, there's a lot of holes in trees. There's lots of spaces between the branches and the leaves. So you want to have the background nice and solid so that way you don't have to worry about filling in any gaps later. So what I like to do here is create kind of the skeleton of the tree. And then from there I'll put a nice dark layer of foliage. Again, going with kind of a muddy color to start with. Want it to be a little bit cooler, so I've got lots of blue in there. That way I can put on some warmer colors a little bit later to create depth. You always want to search for a unique shape with your tree. You can see I kind of have the tree a little bit more bare on the right hand side. That gives it a little bit more of a unique kind of look. Going with some burnt sienna to start with the first layer of leaves. Nice fall color. As I build that up a little bit, I'm going to add a little bit of cadmium orange so that way it gets a little bit brighter. And I'll just continue that process, starting to mix a little bit more cad orange as I go. That way it gets brighter, 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 and each time I put a layer on that's a little bit brighter, it actually moves closer to the foreground. So that way you're getting some nice three-dimensional depth with your tree. From here, I'm just going to continue to highlight, bring up the values a little bit, bring in the saturation a little bit more in the leaves and on the trunk of the tree. So I hope you enjoyed this time-lapse video, and hopefully it gave you a few tips for your own paintings. If you want to check out some full-length online painting lessons, including this painting here, make sure you visit my website, timgagnon.com. Please subscribe and share, and thanks again for watching.